as I finished the other saying, this is my life. And it's really, at this time, I've exposed a lot of people and I haven't put them out enough, or I'd have one more person for me than I do. So calling the mayor's office today and tomorrow is about time. And calling other lawyers, I already did. And you can say, this is the right thing to say. Don't ever go to lawyers that are your billboard lawyers and you Google best lawyer. Don't ever go to them because they're just going to take all your money and you're going to suffer. And someone's probably going to try to kill you if you try to expose them. Same thing as police and judges, and I've been down there to expose people. I just haven't been able to start it because all my rights got violated about 24 years ago, and I'm doing all their time times 10 times more. I've had to do all the time for bad police and lawyers and judges and all those people for about 24 years, and that's the truth. And I don't want to do it anymore, so I have to file a motion for leave to file the amended brief, which is wrong. I shouldn't have to correct myself because of a drunk and a lying lawyer and a bad judge and another bad judge, appeal judge. So I want to give up, but it's not right. I can go over the list, but I just don't feel like it because I haven't slept for a couple days. But that's what you do with an amended brief, right? And the list of people is long. It's what they did wrong makes my list long, and that's a real time and a real date. And boom, kaboom, there's your stamp, time date stamp. But that just shows the lie of a lawyer. I had a table of contents, right? He lied. Everywhere there, Vincent put X's, he lied. And like I said, that didn't show Burns up there. It's another Chief Justice with 12, 13 more. Anyway, I'm going to show you the video to prove that this really happened. There's the wreck, not our fault. YouTube, Jeff Nelson. And it just proves it really happened. Progressive Insurance was wrong. Thompson Law Firm was wrong. MAS Law Firm was wrong. And there he is. I was clean and sober going to the VA. I went 75 south, 30 west of Fort Worth. He failed using turn signals, was texting, drinking, and driving, wrecked, destroyed my vehicle and my body. Permanent damage for the rest of my life. Yeah, he really did try to run and flee the scene, and he really tried moving addresses. There's a beer bottle right there at the tip of my finger. That's it. That's a fact. So anyway, the people that I've had to expose that I'm going to have to the rest of my life, I want all their property and all their money, and I want them sent to prison, and I'm going to want that the rest of my life. In that order from now going back, Tabalowski, appeal judge, and the appeal judges that have been wrong really recently from September till now. Tabalowski, a lawyer named Vincent, the 298th court, all of them, Carolyn Dupree Brown, court coordinator, Nicole Burrows, chief clerk, and Jennifer Jacobs, CSR 8809, operating with an expired license of May 31, 24. And I can show you that. I don't want to. I'm just tired. I haven't slept for years, right? So that needs to be looked at. And I'm right by saying it. It has to go to the mayor and all the Supreme Court judges as a help. What would you do? That many people have done you wrong. Carlos Jimenez-Gonzalez really was and still is a Dallas criminal. He really was. You saw the wreck. He's guilty, right? So that's one, Carlos Jimenez-Gonzalez. Emily Tabalowski's 2. Nicholas Louis Vincent's 3. Carolyn Dupree Brown's 4. Nicole Burrows is 5. Jennifer Jacobs is 6. Progressive Insurance, Casey Colby, agent, 7. An adjuster for Progressive Insurance is 8. Guilty. Number 9 is Ryan Ladd Thompson, law firm that I never gave permission to further violate my rights. I never gave permission to move my case anywhere. And Edwin, an employee, number 10 for Progressive Insurance, and MAS law firm, I had always said the worst, satanic, because of these people. All terrorists and all foreigners and all terrorists. Sean S. Majarad is 11. Nave Rahib Abu Saad is 11. 12 is Muhammad Yusuf Sayed is 13. And Jasmine Solano is 14. MAS law firm. Thompson Law is 3300 Oak Lawn, Dallas, Texas. And MAS law firm is 212 West Spring Valley Road, Richardson, Texas 75081. 75081. And 15 would be Rebecca Salgado. 16 is Jack Warder, Witham, Minier, Lieber, Matt, Hofflin. You can add Reese, Hofflin, Delval. Those are all satanic people, the law firm. They're going to lie and say they're with one company and then the next, right? So Witham is a liar. And Melissa Vieira, 17, Melissa Vieira, a part of MAS, all those criminals. And Mehdi Vagefi, another criminal with MAS, is 18. 19 is Kenneth Davis Owen, is a criminal. Rick Krause is definitely satanic. Criminal is 20 people right there. That's 20 people, folks, that committed crimes against me. Ending with Rick Krause going to 21 is most definitely the worst. Threatening it really happened is Shaharia Daniel Navive, 21, and satanic and a fat drunk and terroristic threats and attacking and assaulting is Jeff Daniel Shelton, 22, and Robin Amy Ivy Miserlian. And you can say she's psychotic, and there's no picture of her in any home. That's 23. Carrie Tate is also wrong, very, very wrong and satanic. CSR 8010, Wendy Wade Roberts, court reporters, 24. 25 is MAS law firm, and there may be some more from all the people, but that's 25 people, all because of a drunk driver, right? And that's just really wrong. But I have a table of authorities, which I'm going in accordance with my amended brief is 38.7 in accordance. It's the table of authorities. What I didn't want to use is cases that are like mine, but mine's worse. A guy, this is a Fox 4 AI-A1 overview, a notable civil court case involving a drunk driver attempting to flee the scene, because Gonzalez tried fleeing the scene, but Dylan Molina killed Alejandro Cervantes. It was in Texas where Molina was a drunk driver and killed a detective. They caught him on video like I did Gonzalez, and he attempted to flee, but someone apprehended him and he got sent to prison. But that is Molina and a case I'm going to have to use as a table of authorities, which I've already started. But the right order for me is amended brief, my name and who I'm against, and objective. I want all their money, all their property and all their money. I want all their money and property. I want all of them sent to prison for the rest of their life, as much as possible. I want all their property and money as much as possible, and I want them sent to prison. That's right, the objective first. Now, where I'm on right now is issues, but you got to put a title page, a cover letter first. So I've written that Tabalowski and those other 4 or 5 people were and still are wrong. Vincent, a lawyer, Kelly Dupree Brown, Nicole Burrows, and Jennifer Jacobs. And then you go to all the rest of them. which is really hard to remember. So I have a table of contents, and it's really hard for me to do. Monday, I've got to turn it in, and I've really honestly done 20 pages of a motion for leave to file the amended brief. I've got 20 separate pages with that request, one on each page on legal paper, which is yellow like that. It's bigger than that, but I've done it, and I'm going to leave it there on the second floor after I pay $10 on Monday. But none of this should ever have to be done because of a drunk driver and all the bad people protecting one drunk driver. My God. So it's very hard for me to do all this alone. And believe it or not, I've called two of the quote unquote appeal, like people that are going to help you, which none of them have, and I can give them all out, but I don't want to expose all of them yet. But ones that I can safely expose that won't return calls. And I feel like I'm going to be strong enough to say that there can be a day someday that you can execute a lawyer who doesn't return a call in a week. I'm not strong enough to say that yet and put it out to more than you. And I'm not strong enough to, as a U.S. veteran, to say, I'm appointing myself now as an outside governor and mayor of Texas and Dallas because I have to. And that's the way things are. You got to be strong. As a U.S. veteran, I'm not strong enough. I haven't been on TV for a while and or radio yet. Some of my songs may be on the radio right now. I've got on TV 7 times. I've already been on the radio. I used to go into KNON and play live in East Dallas. And I was an Art Institute graduate, and I went to radio stations then, and I'm allowed to. And I got an honorable discharge from the Army, and I went more than 10 years with no trouble till a police officer attacked me because they thought wrong. So anyway, the issues that are right with me is the table of contents has been the hardest thing because I know the bad people. I just told you 25 of them, right? That's a fact. They're all guilty. They're all criminals. I've proved it just with a true testimony. And that's going to be the way it is forever. There's going to be one person out there, one in the world at least, that's going to really go right with me going forward, right? So that's right. Where I'm at is I've already written 25 copies, I think. Yeah, 20 copies at least. The motion to file for leave to amend the brief, right? And that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life because I keep starting with a cover letter title page, and then I go to table of contents, and the system has screwed me up so much. I have finally decided to start with issues, and then go to evidence, facts, statement, and summary. Now people put arguments in there, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have any energy. The ruthless drunk wrecked my life. I'm arguing that those 25 people are wrong and I'm right because it's a fact. You can't say I wasn't at the hearing because I didn't want to go. No one notified me of any hearing September 27th. And deliberately, some people made sure I couldn't go into the court that day. And Vincent lied to the courts, and I can prove all that with less than a minute share. But the table of contents is not as hard. I put objective, issues, evidence, facts, statement, summary, prayer, and conclusion. And the table of contents is very hard because I'm going to have to put it into right after the objective. But to me, it doesn't make sense. Put the issues that all the 25 people were wrong and the drunk was. Then I can put the table authorities with Medina and telling you and the world the case I'm using to work with going forward was a real thing that happened. Molina killed Cervantes, a drunk driver, killed a detective in Texas. That was on Fox 4 News. I actually don't need to tell you, but I used a YouTube video, and I couldn't write down all the information. It was it was a milk company that was suing the state and the schools, and it was very helpful. And the lady, I can go back to it and use that as a second reference. It doesn't sound right to me. To me, Texas Tribune, 1998, in the right order, Beto O'Rourke, they say he was trying to flee. I'm going to quit the recording and go to that because I have the Molina drunk driver killing Detective Cervantes. And Gonzalez was worse because he almost killed me, and I've suffered and had pain for more than 5 years. I've had 25 people screw up my life that was already wrecked by other people. And all of them are out there running out there, screwing them and screwing other people over and up. And that's where I'm at, and I'm keeping it more real than you ever could, because they're hurt somehow, somewhere. They're hurting everyone. So they need to be, like I would say, stronger. They need to be, all their families, they all need to be executed in public. They all need to be executed in public on TV, and all their families too. I want all their property and money. I want all their money and property, and I want all of them sent to prison forever. That's as right as you could say. As far as violating all my rights, they further violated all my rights. When you're a victim and you were clean and sober and someone almost killed you, you got rights. And apparently your town, your state, and your people are so wrong that they've got to be exposed. And I'm praying, like I said, I'm putting that in the amended brief. Till past the day I die, I'm praying they all, somebody else would say rot and burn in hell. I'm praying they never go to heaven because I don't want them anywhere close to me. And I'm praying that you're strong enough to go tell everyone in the government, whoever you think is more powerful, share out to the world, because they lied to me so bad. I was going to go to the hearing November 4th and start getting rid of Gonzalez, the worst drunk driver in Texas state history. Apparently your people are not for great, good people, and that's not right. So 25 people, like someone else would say, stronger. A Christian might say, I hope they all their families burn and die and rot, and they all go to hell and never, they're down there for 1,000 years for what they did to your people before me and what they did to me and what they're out there on the run doing, those 25 people. So those cases, Molina and Cervantes, that one I want to use, and the Beto O'Rourke 1998 Texas Tribune. So that was another flea case. Like Gonzalez really ran from the scene of the crime, But those 25 people I have listed, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But that's as far as I could get. The cover letter, title page, an objective table of contents, objective issues. What I have to share first, and very hard to put table of authorities with the cases I'm studying in relation that can help me go forward, and as I said, arguments, and which are very strong against 25 people now, and more that I don't know about who did me wrong, which is complete violation of all my rights. You can go study, go Google all your amendments, right? And that's also further violating all my rights, which they've all done, where the suffering is not even explained, can't explain it. The losses of wages and money and time and damages permanent to my body. You saw the vehicle that got wrecked. And that's where I'm at, is to go over that, to turn it in with everything right that's right for me, to go to everyone in the world. And I already had said it. It's there. You just saw it. Wreck Not Our Fault YouTube, Jeff Nelson channel. And I was so happy I was going to go against the drunk. They already lied and fooled about me, went behind my back and made an error of law. They were actually criminals. The judge was wrong because I could have been there, and I had evidence, and that's where they're wrong. I've had to pay for an appeal. And Vincent's a really bad guy, defending a drunk who almost killed me. God knows what else he's done. So that's right for me to go forward